My wife divorced me, went on vacation with her affair partner, thinking she'd get my parents' trust fund, but instead she got a lawsuit. I married Jessica when I was 26. She knew my parents were loaded, but I always worked a normal job as a high school teacher. Never touched the family money. My parents set up this massive trust fund for me when I was born, but the rules were clear. I couldn't access it until I turned 35 or got married and stayed married for at least 10 years. Jessica and I made it to year 9 before things fell apart. I started noticing she was on her phone constantly, smiling at texts she'd quickly hide when I walked in the room. She'd go to the gym for 3 hours at a time and come back barely sweating. Classic signs, but I wanted to believe I was wrong. Then I found the credit card statement. She'd booked a hotel room downtown on a Tuesday afternoon when she told me she was visiting her sister. I didn't confront her right away. Instead, I called my parents and told them I suspected Jessica was cheating. My dad went quiet for a minute, then said something that surprised me. Son, if she files for divorce before your 10-year anniversary, she gets nothing from the trust. Not a single penny. But if you're still married when you hit 10 years, she's entitled to half in the divorce. I did the math. Our anniversary was in 3 months. I'm not stupid. I knew exactly what Jessica was planning. She was going to wait until we hit that 10-year mark, then file for divorce and walk away with millions. 2 weeks later, Jessica sat me down with this sad face and said we needed to talk. She'd been unhappy for a long time and thought we should consider separating, but maybe we could try counseling first. I agreed immediately, said I wanted to fight for our marriage and would do whatever it took. Jessica looked almost disappointed, but went along with it. We started seeing this therapist every Wednesday. Jessica would sit there talking about how disconnected she felt, how I didn't appreciate her, how she needed more emotional support. The therapist would nod and give us homework assignments. I played along perfectly, brought her flowers, planned date nights, told her I wanted to be better. Meanwhile, I hired a private investigator. His name was Marcus, and he was worth every penny. Within 2 weeks, Marcus had photos of Jessica meeting this guy named Derek at coffee shops, restaurants, and eventually his apartment. Derek was some finance bro who drove a BMW and wore expensive suits. The kind of guy Jessica always said she wasn't interested in. Marcus got timestamps, license plates, everything, but I didn't say a word to Jessica. Just kept going to counseling, kept pretending I wanted to save our marriage. Our 10-year anniversary came on a Saturday. I took Jessica to her favorite restaurant, gave her a bracelet, told her I loved her. She smiled and said all the right things, but I could see it in her eyes. She was counting down the days until she could leave. The following Monday, Jessica's lawyer called me. She was filing for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. She wanted half of everything, including the trust fund she assumed I could now access. I acted devastated on the phone, told her lawyer I was shocked and needed time to process. That same afternoon, Jessica posted on Facebook that she was taking a wellness vacation to Hawaii to work on herself after a difficult decision. The photos started rolling in by Tuesday. Jessica on the beach in a bikini, Jessica at a fancy resort restaurant, and in half of them, there was Derek. Carefully cropped out but visible enough if you looked close. She wasn't even trying to hide it anymore. While Jessica was sipping drinks by the pool, my lawyer was filing paperwork. See, my parents' trust had this clause that Jessica's lawyer never bothered to read carefully. Any attempt to claim the trust fund in a divorce triggered an automatic review of the marriage. If infidelity was proven during the marriage, the cheating spouse got nothing and could be sued for attempted fraud. Marcus's evidence was airtight. Photos, timestamps, credit card receipts from Derek's accounts that my lawyer subpoenaed. Text messages between Jessica and Derek talking about the money they'd have once the divorce went through. She'd literally written, just a few more months and we'll be set for life. Jessica came back from Hawaii with a tan and a smile. That smile disappeared when the sheriff served her papers at baggage claim. She wasn't just losing the divorce settlement, she was being sued by my parents' estate for attempted fraud and breach of prenuptial agreements. Turns out that prenup she signed had some serious teeth when it came to infidelity. Her lawyer tried to fight it, but the evidence was overwhelming. Jessica ended up with nothing. No trust fund, no house, no settlement. She had to pay my parents' legal fees, which came out to about 50 grand. Derek dumped her 2 weeks after the lawsuit went public. Last I heard, Jessica was living with her sister and working retail. As for me, I'm still teaching high school and haven't touched the trust fund. Turns out I never wanted that money anyway. I just wanted to make sure she didn't get it.